How's it going? Dave from Comic Book Investments. So today we're going to go over CovrPrice's weekly top 10. And I just signed up for CovrPrice. I signed up years ago, but I've recently re-signed up. And I've actually, they have a lot of cool things about them. I'm not sponsored or anything by this. I just like to use as much data as possible. One of the things I like about CovrPrice is it looks cool. Like, just the look of it. Go Collect looks kind of like meh, right? And GPA analysis is just, it's terrible. I mean, I like how it's just straight up data, but as far as like visual appeal, it doesn't look as cool. And CovrPrice has a lot of good, interesting data on it. Like, it'll say like, weekly units sold. Like, that's great. It has a lot of these different little data points that I really, really like. But again, it doesn't have a lot of data. That's why I have to go to like GPA. It has this tons and tons of data. So let's look at this is week ending August 15th. So it just ended. And let's look at their weekly top 10. And I know there's lots of channels that do these top 10s, but I'm going to come at this like, I've been a comic book dealer for, like 13 years. And before that, I would work for my dad, and I grew up around comics. My dad was one of the biggest comic dealers in the 80s and 90s, and he retired when I was in high school. But I'm going to come at this like from a different perspective, not just hyping up these books. I'm going to try to give you a realistic take from my point of view. So let's look at here. We got Batman Urban Legends number 6. Now, what is special about this? I did a video on it. This is where Tim Drake Robin came out as bi, or I don't really know. He's going on a date with his someone he fights crime with, right? And that apparently is supposed to continue in issue, I think, 12. It's not out yet, so this is a new one out. And if you look at it, it's sold 176 units, weekly units. I think this doesn't take graded books into consideration. I think it takes in more raw books. The weekly top sale, $103. Let's look at it here. And 7-day trend, up 351%. So if you look at the current trend, it's down 4%. But that's just whatever. So it has, I like this, like known cover, variant covers. It shows them, and that's cool. Like this, like the way they price out all their data is very cool. It just doesn't have a lot of data on the graded side, as in going back many, many, many years. This is a new book, so total recorded sales 195. Highest raw sale was 107, 75, 52. Lowest raw sale $6, and that was on the 11th. And then on the 13th, it went for way more. Let's see. This just goes through the other books that they have out. I mean, this is a brand new book, so yeah. But it's going down, it looks like, and it's kind of cool how this is like super recent stuff. So yeah, this is where Robin comes out as bi. The Tim Drake Robin. Let's remember that. Not all the Robins. And this is my take on this book. I don't think it's going to be anything special, and here's why. I've explained this in a whole video before, but this is just weak writing, lazy writing. That's the thing what I said, where they do this. They just take an old character and they do some spin on them just to get in, the news and to boost the sales and everything like that. And this will go up because they'll find some people that have interest, and a lot of people speculating like, oh, he's going to come out as bi. This is going to be a huge hit, whatever. I don't see it happening, and here's why. A character that came out as gay was North Star, and this happened in, I believe, the 80s. North Star existed from the 70s. He was in Alpha Flight. He first appeared in, was it X-Men 120? That's when Alpha Flight first appeared. But yeah. So anyways, let's look him up. North Star Comics. Okay. Let's see. I believe it was, 120. So he appeared in Alpha Flight at 120. All right. So if we now Tim Drake appeared in Batman 480 something, I can't remember, but let's not take it as first appearance. Let's take, because this is Robin's coming out story, or at least the start of it. So North Star, right? He appeared in X-Men 120. That was his first appearance, but he came out as gay, which was apparently the first Marvel gay character, right? This is the first time Marvel character came out as gay. All right, and this happened in 1992, and it was with Alpha Flight 106. Now let's look at how it's been doing, right? Okay, so he came out in 92, so we don't have data for that when he first came out. But look, pretty much nothing. And the most recent sale was $57. That was less than back in here, and it was right around the average price of, back in 2015, average, even way back here. And obviously comics go up over time, but you see no discernible massive spike because he's, came out as a gay character. It just pretty much flatlined. Yeah, you have some ups and downs, like look back here in 2019, one sold for $20. And this is a 9.8, highest grade, right? Or it might be a 9.9, I doubt it, but it's just like all over the place, up and down, up, down. This basically, it's like if someone lists a book and someone's willing to pay that price. Obviously comics have gone up over time. You can look at a 9.6. Look, a 9.6 sold for 75, and then a 9.8 same month sold for 57. So it's like if you look at this average for here, it's $57. And it's just like there's barely any sales, like 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, just nothing. Selling for around the same. And cased comics are going to go up over time because as time goes on, CGC charges more to get it cased. So just putting the book in a case itself costs more, and people realize that. All right, so North Star actually got married. Another key thing, he got married to his husband, Kyle, in Astonishing X-Men 51. So we look at Astonishing X-Men. Okay, this is another big key here, right here. Nothing. It's just no discernible, hey, this is going up over time, right? And it was in 2012, right? So right around here, this is when it first started. In 2012, it sold for $45. Now it sells for $54. And that could simply just be because of case costs, right? There's no like, hey, this has gone up over time, right? Now you got the variant, and I'll talk about more of that in a little bit. So it comes out of the gate around a high of 92, dips down, goes up to 170 in 2016, and then today it's worth like 200, but literally a few months ago it was $31. So yeah, there's really no discernible, hey, this book is going to go up over time. It's a key book. You got to get it. So that's how I feel with this Robin thing. It's characters that come out and something like that, and it's a big milestone or whatever, it doesn't translate into longevity of value for the comic book. So that was my take on it. Now we got a variant cover, Jay Aniceletto. I'm probably saying that wrong. Terrible names. But this has gone up 277%. Raw sale of $36. Units sold 35. If you're going to get one of these books, get one of the variant covers because they are more rare. But it all comes down to how many they made. I don't know how many they made. And then we go down here again, same thing, but this is Ejikuri. I'm saying it all wrong. I'm sure people let me know in the comics. Another variant, $36, weekly sale, 52 sold, up 179%. All the same. I always say get the variants, but it really depends on these variants, how they were made. Are they made X amount print run? Or is it like how I did that video on the Spawn? It's like if the comic shop orders 250, they get this special Spawn. Well, it turns out a lot of people ordered, and now that King Spawn variant is not rare at all. I think it had something like 1,600, over 1,600 print run. So that's not rare at all. And it will affect the value. So all those people kind of got screwed. Let's move on. Noctera. This is one by Image Comics. It's a brand new comic. I think it has a few issues out already. is up 147%. Weekly sale of 75 for a raw. Units sold 49. Now, this book has, there it goes. This book has the Batman writers and artists. I believe it's Tony Daniels and, Scott Snyder. So these did, I believe Scott Snyder did the Batman 52 when that first came out. I believe that's what it was. Came out March 3rd. So this book is going up in value based off its merits, people really into the book and continuing to buy it. And it has a bazillion variants. Look at all these variants. They really push this book hard. My take on this, if you're going to get this book, I think the only ones that are going to remain to have value are the super rare variants. I have no idea which ones are the super rare variants of all these right here. But yeah, I would go for the super rare variant. If you're the lowest print run, that's what I'm talking about. All right, moving on to number 5, Exiles, number 3. This came out in 2018. I love this little Wolverine character here. It's funny looking to me. But the reason why is Peggy Carter is Captain America. The reason why this is going up is because if you watch the What If series on Disney Plus, Peggy Carter is she becomes Captain America in the What If series. So that's why this is going up. Weekly top sale, $5.25. Ooh, that's expensive. 50 units sold, up 114%. Moon Knight, number 6, Moon Knight 13. This is up 202%. Weekly top sale of $60. Units sold 28. The reason why this one's going up is because there's rumors that Daredevil will be in an episode of Moon Knight. And so this is when I believe the first time they battled. So this is why this book is going up. I could see this if you were going to, first of all, it's rumors. Who knows if they'll pan out. There's a lot of rumors that Mephisto was going to be in Scarlet Witch and Vision, but never materialized. So rumors are a tough one. With this one, though, if you want to take the chance, you could get this book, and then if the rumors come out true, then you'll do all right. But other than that, it's not much going on for it. All right, number 7, The Nice House on the Lake, 7-day trend, up 109%. Top weekly sale, 175. Units sold, 44. Let's see if I can get more data on here. It's by Image Comics. It was just recently released. It has 1 million variants. So obviously they're really pushing this book. A graded sale is 9A is 168. So that's pretty good. The hard thing with new comic books is you don't know where they're going to be, and more often than not, they end up not going anywhere. Yeah, you have your, your Strange Academies and things like that really do well. But more often than not, most of them, it's so hard to tell because it all comes down to, well, how does this series go? Does it last? Do people really respond to it? Is it going to be like a Walking Dead where, it lasts 193 issues and people really liked it, and then it also had a TV series along with a spin-off series, all that kind of stuff? That's what brought up the value. That's kind of like with like newer comic books is, could this be something? Sure, it could. It has a ton of variants, which means that I had a high print run, which is never really good. I'll say that much. Normally the ones that end up being really valuable are the ones that people didn't think were going to be anything special. Like Walking Dead had a pretty low print run. This, has so many variants. It just means that they had a high print run. So if you're going to get these books, like I say, always get the super rare variant. Like Ultimate Fallout 4 had a high print run, and they had a variant issue, but no one thought it was going to be in your special. That's why that variant's worth like $25,000 in a 9.8. All right, moving on. Number 8, Spider-Man Unlimited. Number 1, it's the beginning of the Maximum Carnage storyline, which spanned many, many issues. 7-day trend up 98%. Weekly top grade. Graded is 229. Units sold 46. I really like that units sold. That's very nice. It lets you know like how many are sold. And that's in a week. That's crazy. That is crazy to me. Now there's a lot of raw books. No variant covers. No real data that they're showing me. Yeah, so the Maximum Carnage lasted a couple in this one, and Spider-Man, and Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, just went all over the place. This book is really popular right now because of Carnage is about to appear. It really all comes down to how Carnage does in the movie, like in the film, and how people respond to him. This book was seemingly not that expensive a year ago or so, 2 years ago, and then has this recently gone up because of the hype of it. I would say you're better off if you're going to get a Carnage book. Yeah, you could get this one. This is like a more minor key, but you're better off getting let's look this up. You're better off, okay, what is it? Spider-Man Unlimited. Okay. Let's look at this book, and then let's look at a Amazing Spider-Man 361 First Carnage. All right, which one did you be better off getting? Okay, so you can get a 9.8 for 210, whatever. You get a newsstand, pretty expensive. $100 for a 9.6. All right, now obviously you might not. You could probably get. You might be able to get a 9.2, 9.0, depending if you can get. They really don't change that much in value. From a 9.0, you're looking around $300, 9.2, $300, 9.4, $330, and then 9.6, $400. You're better off getting like the 9.4, obviously. Look, even, it's been going down recently. So, yeah, you could get a 9.2 recent price, I would much rather have a 9.2 of Spider-Man 361. I mean, you could even get a Spider-Man 362 or 360. But yeah, so that's my take on that. I mean, if you're going to get this book, make sure it's a 9.8. All right, moving on. Superman number 4. First appearance, Bloodsport. He was actually my favorite character in the new Suicide Squad movie. He's played by Idris Elba. I really like Idris Elba. But anyways, he has been going up, obviously, because the movie come out. But 7-day trend, up 97%. Weekly graded sale, 280. Units sold, 42. This book is going to go down. It is. It's just going to, because the movie is already out. The movie did not perform well. I know a lot of people liked it, but that doesn't mean anything to the people that are putting up the money. When a movie loses $100, $200 million, they're not making another one. They're going to scratch it, and I don't know if they're going to go back to the drawing board. I really don't know, and try to rework it. I think it's just going to be dead. I think there's other properties they'll want to move on to. So this book is going to go down, and I would just, if you want this book, wait until it goes down. Long term for this book, I don't know. He's not that popular a character. So who knows, to be honest. I would personally just move on to other pastures unless you like him. If you like him, buy him. All right, then we got Stray Dogs, Free Comic Book Day 2021. 7-day trend, 111%. Raw sale, $16. Units sold, 28. And that's not bad because this is a free comic book. So, that's pretty nice to get $16 for it. This is a very popular series that's going on. And, yeah, I mean, it's just a free comic book. So these are considered like a different printing of it. They can have value if the free comic book portrays something good. but they'll never have that much value ever. Like you're not going to sell this for $1,000 in 10, 20 years. Just won't happen. Unless maybe you had like a 9.9 or a 10.0 and you had the only one, that's a possibility. But most of these, if you had like a 9.8 and it was a really good series, maybe like $100 to $200 at the most, but most likely not. It's always going to be pretty cheap. So that's my take on weekly top 10 at CovrPrice. Let me know what you guys think of this top 10 list, and have a great day. Thanks.